G'day guys, welcome back again. I'm going to do part 2 of my how to mix paint colours, so a much requested video. I did one a little while back. I showed you how to mix up all the different shades of blues and turquoises that I use in my pours, and today I'm going to show you all the pinks and purpley sorts of colours. So I got these little containers from Kmart. Look how good they are. Little screw tops. They hold 500 mils. No they don't. It says 375. Must have been 2 different sizes. Anyway, 375 mils, which is not 500 grams. Mils and grams are different. But anyway, I'm just going to use those and show you how to mix some paints. Right. So the first one I'm going to do is called Hibiscus. It's from the Global paint range. And where's my gloves? So the first thing we need to do is put in some cool red, which is this one here, cool red. Now I'm only going to make up a half batch because I don't have really big containers. My other containers hold about 500 grams, but these only hold probably about 300. So I'm just going to make up a half batch. So I'm going to put in 150 grams of cool red. 120, 145, 149, there we go, 150 of cool red. And someone else said, oh, could you please just show us on a piece of paper, just do a smear when you've done your colour so we can see what it looks like. So that's what that's there for. So hopefully I won't forget to do that. Now, zero your scale again. And then we need some white. So 40 grams of white. Just be careful when you put it in that you don't put too much in. Well, 40 exactly, there we go. So 40 of white, and then we need just a little bit of magenta. So 20 grams of magenta. Zero the scale again. Now this comes out pretty fast. It's a thin paint. Magenta's always thin, so you've got to go careful with it. There we go, 20. And that's it. All right, I need some stir sticks. Here we go. Now Hibiscus is one of those limited edition colours that Global brought out, and everyone loves it, and of course we can't get it anymore because they just do, I don't know how many they do, limited edition colours, and then once they're gone, that's it, they don't bring them back. So that's it. Lovely colour. Alrighty, now let's see if I just do that. Hey, how's that? There we go, Hibiscus. Pop it there, wipe my hands. Now the next one is just a nice girly pink. And I've just called it pink because it's not a Global limited edition colour. It was just something that I wanted to make up for me. So again, just a half batch, and we're going magenta again. Most of these colours have got magenta in them. So 100 grams of magenta. I don't think it really matters what brand of paint you use. You're going to get a similar effect. You know, some brands are slightly different to others, but generally the colours are going to be similar. So you can get a very similar effect. And white, so equal parts of magenta to white. So zero that again, and 100 grams of white. So 100 grams of magenta, 100 grams of white. So this one's really basic. 75, 88, 100. Okay, so that's that one. And those colours look gorgeous when they're being swirled around together. Beautiful. So this is a little bit lighter, obviously, than the hibiscus, and the hibiscus has got a little bit of red in it, so it's a really lovely bright colour. If you want to do a pinky tone pour, it's really nice having all these shades of pink together. So that's that one. How pretty is that? Right, pink. Let's move on. So the next one is going to be pale pink. Get my lids out of the way. Now pale pink is also, is it one of the, let me have a look. I think they called it peony pink. I think Global called it peony pink. But I'm just calling it pale pink. But hey, let's do peony pink. We can call it that. Now, white base again. And again, half batch. So I'm just going to do 250 grams of white. In it goes. Nice and thick, isn't it? Nice and thick and creamy. Oops, 180, 205, 230, 242, 251. Close enough. So 250 grams of white. And then we're going to add a little bit of magenta. So I'm only going to put in, because I'm doing half a batch, I'm only going to put in 12, maybe 13 grams. And go slow because it's going to come out fast. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, oh, there we go, 13. 13 grams of magenta. And now, because that's going to throw a lot of pink, I just add a tiny little bit of flesh to it, which is kind of a pale beigey sort of a colour. Let me just need to find where I've written that one. 5 grams of flesh. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's up on my shelf. So half a batch, so just 5 grams of flesh. It just throws a little bit more of a creamy look instead of that bright pink. So that's why I added some of this. I think it's really pretty. So nice and slow, 2 grams, 3 grams, oops, 5 grams. That's all we need, 5 grams of that one. And, oh, where's my pen? I just need to write that in. There we go, before I forget. Okay, let's stir that. Doesn't that look pretty? Give that a stir up. Oh, look at that. It'd be nice just to do a pour in those colours, hey? Get those beautiful. So as I said, it's kind of like a baby pink, but that little bit of flesh just warms it up just a bit. And when I was trying to match this colour, it was sort of doing my head in that I couldn't match it exactly because it was just too pink, and that's why I thought it needs something. What is it missing? And then I thought, yeah, I need to warm it up a little bit. It was too cool of a pink. So that's when I thought, yep, I'll add a little bit of a brownish tinge to it, and went for the flesh colour. That's it there. Pretty, huh? Okay. Righty-o. Moving on. What's our next one? Next one is rose. Now, Global make rose. You can buy rose, but you can only get it in the little 250 gram or 250 ml bottles. So it's not that cost effective buying it in such little bottles. So let's make it. Again, half batch. Start with some white. And we're going 200 grams of white for this one. 126, 158, 178, 185, 198, come on, a little bit more. There we go, 205. That's close enough. Doesn't matter if you're a few grams under or over. It'll still work. Right, so 200 grams of white, and then we need the magenta again. Don't get your magenta mixed up with your cool red. They're very similar, so just be careful not to get them mixed up. So magenta, we are going 15 grams. So zero the scale again. And whoops, whoa, 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 comes out fast. There we go, 16. That was well done, wasn't it? Bit of a fluke. Okay, 16 grams. So we have got 200 grams of white, 15 grams of magenta, and then we just need a teensy little bit of purple. So 2 or 3 grams is all we need for this half batch. Normally I would put in 5 if I'm doing a full batch, but I'm only, as I said, only doing a half. And because, actually I won't use that, because it's only going to be such a small amount, I'm going to use my smaller container and just use the stick. Otherwise, there's no way I'm going to be able to just pour in 2 grams. It's just too hard. So let's do this. This is just plain purple again. 2. Might do just a little bit more. We'll go 3, only because I had a touch more of the white and a touch more of the magenta. Now make sure you clean your stick, because you might have another gram of paint on your stick, and that could throw all your colours out. Right, let's mix this one up. So this one's called Rose. It's very similar to the others, but this one throws a little bit more of a cool look, because it's got that little bit of a purple in it. This one's more warm look because I've added the flesh. This one is opposite. This is the cool look because I've added the purple, which is a cool colour. Purples and blues are cool colours. They're still a really pretty colour. Hey, it just depends on what you want, what you're looking for. Scraping the sides. Make sure you scrape the sides as well, because the paint's stuck to the sides. And there we go. What's that one called? It is called Rose. Another pretty colour. There we go, Rose. Rightio, what's next? How about get away from the pinks now? Actually, I do have a couple more pinks to show you, but I'm going to go with a cream colour, because a lot of people, like, they don't want to use white and maybe they just want to use some cream instead. So I'm going to show you how to mix my cream. It's a little bit intricate. It's got a few more ingredients, different colours, but I'll show you how I do it. So starting with white, 250 grams of white. $1.90, $2.20, $2.30, $2.45, another little blob. There we go, $2.50 exactly. So $2.50 of white, and then I need some raw sienna, and I need to get my little container again. Because I don't need very much of it at all. Raw sienna, and that one I only need 2 grams. Half batch, 2 grams. So use your stick to put it in. There we go, that's all. So 2 grams is all we need of that one. And then we need warm yellow. So zero that again. I know it's a bit of a strange combination, isn't it? But I didn't want something too greyish looking. So that's that one, warm yellow. I'm just going to use this same stick. Just wipe it. Okay, so same again, 2 grams of warm yellow. Not very much, it's just a blob. There we go, 2 grams. Better put the lids on these as I go so I don't make too much of a mess. And the next colour is burnt sienna. So there's my burnt sienna. Again, I'm just using the little jar because I want to be able to control how much I want to get out of here. Zero that again. And a little bit more this time. We're putting 5 grams of burnt sienna in. 5, exactly. Is she any good? 5 grams. Now, last ingredient is a touch of black. And I mean a touch of black. For my full recipe, I have 1 gram. I have no idea how I'm going to do half a gram here, but I'm just going to put a tiny little blob on, and it's probably not even going to register. I think that'll do. That hasn't even changed. It hasn't gone off 0, so I'm assuming it's less than 1 gram. Okay. Wipe the paint off my arm. How did I get paint all the way up there? Okay, so that's it. This is the cream. We have 250 grams of white, 2 grams of raw sienna, 2 grams of warm yellow, 5 grams of burnt sienna, and half a gram of black, if you can manage half a gram, but just a tiny little bit. Oh, look how pretty that is again. I love it when these start mixing. And it's just a lovely warm, creamy colour. If you put too much black in it, it can sort of go more grey, so you have to really be careful of your amount of black. But I felt it needed a little bit of black when I was making this colour. It was a bit too yellow, and I'm thinking, oh, how do I just cool it down a little bit? Obviously I didn't want to add any blues. I just wanted to try and cool it down just a touch so it wasn't so yellow, and got that beautiful colour. It's kind of like eggnog with, you know, Global's eggnog. It's that one that I have tried to match. So yeah, love it. Beautiful colour. There we go. So eggnog or a cream. Let's put that out of the way. Rightio, how are we going? I didn't even look at the time before we started. I've got 3 more to show you, so not sure how long this video is going to go for, but let's do another 3 while we're here, hey? Otherwise I need to make another video. Now everyone wanted to know how to make shrimp. It's that sort of pale terracotta sort of a colour. That's it there. That sort of really pale orangey terracotta colour that I've got in my swipe. So we're going to make that one next. Shrimp. That's also a limited edition colour from Global. So we are going to need some orange. Oops, I need to go and get my orange from the shelf. Sit there, orange, and I need, again, half batch, so I'm only doing 15 grams. 0 my scale. You have to be careful with your scales, because if you don't use them for a few minutes, they zero off, or well, they'll turn off. So make sure you just touch the scale before you start, because otherwise it might turn off halfway through your weigh, and then you have to start all over again. So 15 of orange, 100 of white, oops, that's 103, that's okay. And now we need that little pinky tone. So this is where our magenta comes back in. Magenta is a very good colour for mixing everything. Now I only need 5 grams of magenta. 0 that. Now let's see if I can actually get 5 grams out, or whether I'm going to be in trouble. Pour really slowly. There it comes. 2, 3, whoops, 5. Oh, got it. 5 grams of magenta. And then the other one I need is raw sienna, and that's to add the little bit of brown to it. So that's my raw sienna, and I'm nearly out of that one. I'll just fill it up. There we go. So I reuse these little containers. I use my bigger bottles and pour them into the little containers. Okay, so raw sienna, zero that. 15 grams of raw sienna. It's 11, 12, 15 grams of raw sienna. And that is it. So to recap on shrimp, 15 grams of orange, 100 grams of white, 5 grams of magenta, 15 grams of raw sienna. And there we go. Just like magic, it appears in front of us. Look at that. Wipe your sides, wipe your stick, get all the paint off so that it can be mixed in properly. Don't know what I'm going to do with all this paint now that I've mixed. I went and bought these containers. Well, actually I didn't, my husband went and bought them for me. I'm just wondering if there was 2 sizes and he's got me the wrong one, but doesn't matter. I can just make half batches. Look at that. Another gorgeous, gorgeous colour. So this is shrimp. There we go. Don't want that in the shadow there. Okay, 2 more to go. Hang in there, guys. We're nearly done. Now, this one is a very popular one again. Nikki. Hey, Nikki. One of the ladies that came to my last workshop. She used this. And I'm nearly out of it, so I'm going to make some more just for you, Nikki. All right, zero that again. So, mulberry purple. We start with magenta, and we need 50 grams of magenta. Oops, 54. I'll just take off a little bit. There we go. 51. Close enough. So this is another limited edition colour from Global. Gorgeous, gorgeous colour, really is. Okay, so that was the magenta, 100 or 50 grams, half batch, so 50 grams of magenta. Now I need purple, and I need 10 grams of purple. The purple's quite a thin paint as well, so if you're pouring it out like this, be careful, because you could easily get a huge blob, and it's up to 50 grams already, so. Oh, 11. There we go. 1 blob, 11 grams. So we needed 10, so that's fine. So 50 of magenta, 10 of purple, 80 of white goes in next. Zero that, and 80 of white. $74, a little bit. 82, close enough. So 80 of white, and then we need a tiny little bit of cool red. And I only need 10 grams of cool red. Actually, I better get my little container because it's quite thick. And I might not be able to get 10 grams out. I can't open my container, I just have to bang this. No, it's really stuck. Is there a big strong man out there that can come and open this for me? Jump down. down. There we go, got it. The paint builds up around the edges and gets stuck. So try and wipe your edges before you put your lid on. Okay, so what are we doing? 10 grams of cool red. 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Okay, 11. Close enough. 11 of cool red. And then, now this was a tricky one for me. I only worked this out 2 days ago, this colour. It took me a lot of playing around with it. Leaving it like this was too pink. I needed to warm it up. So I came up with using warm red. I know it was a bit strange, but it's the only thing that I could use to make it look the same as the original Mulberry purple. And it just needed a little bit of warming up. So I'm going to put in 2 to 3 grams of warm red. That's it there. So half, well, a full batch would be 5 grams, but I'm doing a half, so I need to do 2.5 grams. But okay, so that's on 3. That'll do. Of warm red. So that's it. So in there we have 50 grams of magenta, 10 grams of purple, 80 grams of white, 10 grams of cool red, and 2.5 grams to be exact of warm red. So it's kind of, it's a pinky purple. They've named it well, Mulberry purple. As I said, this was a difficult colour for me to match. Some of them, I just look at them and go, yeah, that needs a bit of warming up, or it needs a bit of cooling down, and then I kind of know which colour to add in by the look of it. But this one really threw me. It took me a few goes to get right. But now, look at that. It's gorgeous. And it's so similar, unless you saw both of these together, the original and this one, I don't think you'd even know. They're so close. Here we go, Mulberry purple. These colours just look gorgeous down there. Look at them together. Mulberry purple, shrimp, cream, rose, peony pink, my normal pink, and the hibiscus. Look at that. Don't they look gorgeous together? All right, let's get them out of the way. And I have one more to show you. You guys have been very patient. Right, last one is called Plum. And I actually made this one by accident when I was starting off trying to make the Mulberry purple. It was an accident, so, but I love it, so I've named it Plum. So magenta again. And we are going 200 grams of magenta. It's nice, easy, this one. It's just 2 colours. There we go, 200 grams of magenta. And 50 grams of purple. Make sure that's zeroed. 27, 39, 45, a little bit more, 50, exactly, woohoo. So, plum, 200 grams magenta, 50 grams of purple. And it's a really nice dark plummy burgundy sort of a colour, which I think will be nice in pinks and also will be nice in purples. If you're doing a purple pour or if you're doing a pink pour, I think it'll work really well in both pours. How gorgeous is that? And that was just an accident. I was trying to mix the mulberry, this one, and I thought I'll start with some magenta and some purple, but it was way too dark, and then that's when I started adding the white. Beautiful, beautiful. So, I've just got enough room for it, haven't I? That's worked out well. How pretty is that? So there you go. Plum. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that video. Hope you've learned something. Have a go with your brand of paints. They don't necessarily have to be my brand that I use, my Global. You can use your own and just see if you can get something similar. A little bit of mixing around, I'm sure you'll be able to work it out. So there you go. And I think I've shown you all my colours now. If there's a colour that you want me to try and make, I can have a go at it, but I think that's pretty much it for now. So, bye. I'll see you for the next one. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your support. And please share my videos. Would really like to get my videos out. So even if you just share one of my videos, that would be fantastic. If you've got anything at all out of any of my videos, that would be great. Help me out. Share my videos. Okay, bye for now.